white shit. I'm sick of it. And I didn't even tell it to say that. Hey, morons. Learn. Okay? I'm not fucking white, Cat. I'm not white, garage lad. Okay, there he is again. Watch this. Even black people agree. See, at least he learned to not use a bot. Good boy. That's a good white. That's a good white. Let's see here. What is this now? See, if it's gonna be black people saying that gingers don't experience racism, I'm just gonna say that's fucking stupid. Gingers absolutely experience racism.
There isn't a wrench where they don't have this silly class nonsense. Britain has a...
Let's see. Also, I really don't care for a bunch of white dudes. If one of them's black, whatever. But if it's a bunch of non-ginger people trying to compare or, like, you know, wax poetic and talk about, you know, ginger struggles in the UK, especially the fucking UK, I don't really care to hear their opinions because they're probably ignorant as all fuck.
America isn't a wrench where they don't have this silly class nonsense. Britain has a maturity that America doesn't have yet. America's still impressed with religion in a way that Britain's kind of gotten over a little bit. Right now, we got like a class and a half. It's gonna take us another 100 years to get 3 classes, you know. So yeah, it's a little different now. I thought we just still relied on good old-fashioned racism. Well, if a class system is what you use to discriminate against people who look like you, that's an advanced form of racism. Britain has racism, it's just not very good at it. Y'all give it a go, but I mean, you know, like, you know, ginger-haired people, that ain't even a race. And, you know, y'all laying them like it's...
The black gentleman is point blank incorrect. Redheads are their own race, as I have explained many times. If you look at the definition of the word race, first of all, race is a social construct. What we call different races is not based in scientific. First of all, redheads are actually genetically much different than white people. You might even say we're more genetically different than black people are from white people. We have, as what you like to say, mutations. And it's not just the MC1R gene. Oh, no. No, science has recently discovered many, many more genetic differences between redheads and Caucasian white people. And everyone else. We are different than you. We have been othered. We have been racialized throughout history. We were murdered by the tens of thousands. 45 to 60,000 women were burned at the stake for having red hair, for looking different. Ginger people have been targeted and murdered even today. There's videos of homeless. I mean, it's really sad. We've been targeted, bullied, ridiculed. You know, we've been discriminated in court. We've had people discriminate against us in actual law and like in court and shit. Yeah, we used to comprise all of the UK and all of Europe. What you have here, let me bring this up on the screen here. Again, showing another example of why I'm right. Right here, almost all traces of red hair was lost in southeastern Europe due to the high number of dark-haired people. I know, I'm You're not going to cock block knowledge. You're not going to cock block knowledge. You're not going to cock block my knowledge.
You are stupid. You are stupid.
I'm not stupid. Actually, you're stupid.
You are stupid.
Actually, you're stupid.
You are stupid.
Actually, you're stupid. Actually, you're stupid.
You are stupid.
Actually, you're the stupid one.
You are stupid.
Actually, you're the
young man. There's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself up.
I'm so fucking sick of this shit, dude.
See,
Bro,
I told you,
literally...
gingers are not a race. Copper is a white cunt. 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 Copper is a white cunt.
I'm just gonna read. Almost all trace of red hair was lost in southeastern Europe due to the high number of dark-haired people brought by the long wave of invasions to the region over the last 5,000 years. Look at North America. Look at the Native Americans compared to the white people in terms of population percentage and numbers. If you looked at America today, thousands of years from now, you might think that America was white. It's not. It was a Native American country. White people came here, colonized, and completely shifted the population. Completely. It's a completely different, like, thing. The UK is comparatively, it's much smaller. The US is a massive country. And it happened in America. It happened in Canada. It happened in Australia with the Aboriginal people. New Zealand. It happened many places. It's happened many places. Europe was redheaded. It was redhead country, Celtic country. There are tons of first-hand accounts from history, from very reputable people such as Tacitus, who has whole statues built of him, regarded as the greatest Roman historian by modern scholars, calling the people of that time, they were all redheaded. Their words, first-hand accounts from that time, as the Romans were marching north and colonizing, like the white settlers did in America. You know, You're discounting all these firsthand accounts. You're just saying, oh nope, they're not, because they don't fit your narrative. That ginger people do not count, in your opinion, as an ethno-racial identity, even though we literally do, by the definition. And it is absolutely a diaspora of people who have been taken from their home country, spread out around the globe. Their genetics, their genes, tons. I mean, even today, when you think of a redhead, you say, oh, they must be Irish. There's a point. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why ginger people are always like for St. Patrick's Day, it's always a red-haired costume. There's a reason why gingers are stereotyped as Scottish or Irish. There is a fucking reason, you absolute you moron people. You're so stupid. It's so embarrassing. You embarrass your parents and your teachers when you come on here spewing nonsense. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Like, no, you're stupid, actually. But you're too stupid to fucking realize you're stupid. That's your biggest problem. He who knows everything can learn nothing. So many morons, bro. So many morons. It's so embarrassing. I mean, I can show you pictures of Celtic mummies from the bog bodies. Right here in this document. How tall were the Celts? The Celts were definitely taller than the Romans. The average Roman soldier was about 5'5". Most estimates put the ancient Celts at 5'6" or 5'7". I'm 6'2". You go down in the bog bodies, you can see here, this is in Dublin, Ireland. You can still see the styled red hair on the Clonacavin man, an Irish Celt who died over 2,000 years ago. Look at the hair. It's strikingly red. This is one of the bog body mummies. Celts were redheaded. Ginger people are a race. You're just stupid. That's your problem. You're just stupid. That's it. That's really it. You're just stupid. I'll bring up other documents. I'm happy to just shove it in your fucking faces. Cleopatra may have well been a redhead, judging from the portrait of the flame-haired women wearing the right here. So she states that red hair became something of a fashion statement. The red hair of the Germanic tribes, which Tacitus described as all having red hair, all the people of Germany were redheaded and blue-eyed. According to Tacitus, the greatest Roman historian, all people were redheaded. Even here, quoted here, on a different person, the red hair of the Germanic tribes. Again, calling all the Germany people redheaded. Germanic
Stop
people.
using your fat little pucker
You're
face
fucking
to say
stupid.
stupid
Y'all are
things,
stupid.
you baldy bum chum. You are stupid.
You're
are
all stupid. No, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. I'll show you another one. I'll show you more. I'll show you more. Why not?
Stupid. You are
Hey,
stupid. You are
hey,
stupid.
hey, boy.
You are stupid.
Child, mental child. Shush now, boy. Calm down. The adult is speaking. Another quote from Livy on the Gauls. Do you know where the Gauls are from? Oh, Europe? You don't say. Their tall stature, their long red hair. These are direct quotes. Their huge shields. Their I'm just going to say their red hair. Another person, Tacitus, on the people, the inhabitants, the original inhabitants of northern Britain. That's called Scotland. The red hair and large limbs of the inhabitants of Caledonia point clearly to a, what's that? Germanic origin. So you see Germany from Tacitus, Seneca on the Germans, the color of nor is the red hair tied up in a knot, a peculiar among the Germans. They're all being described as redheaded. The red hair of the Germanic tribes, conquered by Caesar, was particularly prized for this purpose. It was a shade favored by the fashionable Alexandrian women, including some in the royal household. Presumably, Cleopatra's own auburn red hair had set the trend, maybe enhanced with a vegetable colorant such as henna. They're all these are multiple people from that time, all describing the Celtic people of Germany, of Scotland, of northwestern Europe as all having red hair, okay? I'm really just not, I'm not in the mood to entertain y'all's stupidity, okay? Allow me to show you the Cornelius Tacitus. This is from, this is .edu. This is, let me show you, this is a direct quote here, right here, and I can link this in the chat. This is from Tacitus's Germania, again, the greatest Roman historian in general, regarded as such. For my own part, I agree with those who think that the tribes of Germany are free from all taint of intermarriages with foreign nations, and that they appear, let me highlight this, as a distinct, unmixed, what's that next word, class? Race. R-A-C-E. You fucking idiots, okay? Let me read that again for the people in the back of the class who didn't catch that. And that they appear as a distinct, that's right, unmixed race. Say it with me, children. Okay, and I don't think you're children. This is a stream for adults, but you don't act like adults. They appear as a distinct unmixed race, like none but themselves, hence to the same physical peculiarities, features throughout so vast a population as the Romans were expanding north. All, not some, not most. Let me zoom in some more here. Maybe you might have, some vision issues. Well, I'm not making fun of vision issues. That's a terrible thing. But listen, all have, it's already highlighted. All have fierce blue eyes, red hair. Oh, interesting. Another instance where it says they all had red hair, which would constitute basically its own race, as even the ancient the ancient Romans and the Greeks and the Anglo-Saxons, they all described them as being like a race of red-headed people. Huge frames. I'm broad-shouldered, tall, fit for a blah, blah, blah. So it says that they're fit for the cold. So this is not a joke, okay? I'm not spouting nonsense. You're just too stupid or you're just too willfully ignorant to grasp what I'm saying. You've been conditioned. You're conditioned. Ginger people are not white. So you can stop calling me white now, okay? Thank you. Good boy. Again, reading what you just read there, that's from Tacitus. When you then see Livy on the Gauls, their tall stature, their long red hair, what did Tacitus say? Look, they were broad-shouldered, huge frames, red hair. All of them had blue eyes. You go back here, the red hair and the large limbs on the inhabitants of Caledonia, Scotland, clearly point to a what? Germanic origin. Germanic origin. All the people in Caledonia in northern Britain were redheaded. So Tacitus, of course, a famous historian of his age and regarded as the greatest historian from the Roman period, he says that they clearly must come from Germany because they're also all redheaded. Like the Germans, like they described the Germans in the Germania. Right here, Seneca, a different person on the Germans. The color of the Ethiopian is not singular among his countrymen, nor is red hair tied up in a knot a peculiarity among the Germans. It wasn't a peculiarity among the Germans. In other words, they were all redheaded. It wasn't a peculiarity. Read, learn, use your eyes, use your mind, deduce. Okay? Deduce what this could mean, what it could mean. And then I want you to look at the images of like the bog bodies of the Celts from 2,000 years ago and look at the color of their hair. Okay? Look at another one. Almost all traces of red hair was lost in southeastern Europe due to the high number of dark-haired people. Romans, Viking Celts from 2,000 years ago. And look at the color of their hair. Okay? Look at another one. Almost all traces of red hair was lost in southeastern Europe due to the high number of dark-haired people. Romans, Vikings, other people coming in. You're all just you're either A, very stupid, and you don't even understand what I'm showing you, which that genuinely is kind of sad. You don't have a very high IQ. Or B, you're just a troll, and you're not really going to debate me in good faith. So I can absolutely disregard all of you if you try to argue with me at this point, because I'm showing you actual evidence to back up my claims. You can do no such thing because you're stupid. Shh. Now hush with the fucking bot. I don't want to see that bot calling me. I don't want to hear the bot calling me white again. Thank you. That will be all for now.
But
no, I just said that will be all. I just said to stop.
I'm gonna go touch
I just said to stop. I literally just said to stop.
Stop using your rosy pig face to say stupid things, you overbaked
Morons.
gingerbread.
Absolute morons.
You are stupid.
Shut the fuck
You
up!
are
I'm not
stupid.
stupid! You're
You are
literally the
stupid.
stupid one!
You
You're
are
literally the
stupid.
stupid
You
one,
are
bro.
stupid. You are stupid. You are stupid. You are stupid.
I
You
don't
are
even know what to say.
stupid.
I
You
don't
are
even know what
stupid.
to say. I mean, I'm literally showing you why you're stupid, and you're calling me stupid. It's just so pathetic at this point. It's so pathetic. Y'all are so fucking pathetic. It's sad. It's ridiculous, man.
Go off to help in the fields, Kama. She weaves stories of the powerful kings who once ruled their land, brave warriors who were slain naked in combat, but who will be reborn, as will all the Celts. When the children go off to help in the fields, Kama heads across the village to visit an old woman with an eye infection. On the way to the old woman's hut, she passes men salting pigs for the winter food supply, and women weaving clothing from dyed wool.
Again, these should all be redheads.
She delivers a remedy for the injured eye. It's made from...
This is what they do. This is how your subconscious, this is how you're programmed. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. They will change the color of red-haired people in even little YouTube video cartoons like this from the Celtic era, from the ancient Celtic era. And this is how you're programmed. This is how you're conditioned. This is how you're like, oh, yeah, Celtic, you know, white people have culture. Look at ancient Ireland and Scotland, bro. That's what beautiful white. Look at the white. You just think it's white. You don't think of it as like a different thing, like Celtic. You know, Celtic is kind of a catch-all term, like Indian. You know, the Celts of Europe are like the Indians of other places. Like they would call them Indians. They would call them Celts. You know, you have your Pictish tribes, the Iceni tribe. You've got different tribes in ancient Europe, northwestern Europe. So it's just, you know, it's ridiculous how they do this. They condition you.
From mistletoe, a sacred healing plant, but deadly if used incorrectly. From there, Kama visits the chieftain to discuss the omens. She convinces him to go and talk through their problems with their neighbors. Accompanied by several warriors, they head through the forest and demand a meeting outside the Redones village walls. The Redones representatives bring their own druid, who Kama recognizes from the annual gathering.
Is that a redhead? Maybe.
In central Gaul, where head druids are elected. The chieftains immediately begin to argue and threaten each other. Kama steps between the opposing sides to stop them from fighting. They must honor her authority. Finally, the Redones agree to pay Kama's tribe several cattle. In spite of this resolution, Kama still feels uneasy on the long walk home. As they approach the village walls, a bright streak shoots across the sky. Another omen, but of what? Back home, Kama sits among the elders for her evening meal of porridge, a bit of meat, and a cup of wine. While they were out during the day, an intercepted parchment arrived. Kama recognizes the writing immediately. Although the druids are forbidden from recording their knowledge, she and many other young druids can read Latin. From the message, she learns that the Romans are drawing closer to their lands. Some of
Like I said, man, those fucking Romans, dude. The Romans were not messing around.
the elders say that the tribe should flee to the nearby hills and hide, but Kama counsels them to trust in the gods and remain in their home.
And now look, and by the way, now look at Rome. Look at what Rome has become. I went to Rome. I walked the streets of Rome. I ran my hand, literally touched with my own hand. I felt the Colosseum, the ancient Roman bricks, the Colosseum itself. And I made a point to touch it. I wanted to actually physically touch the Colosseum, because like how ancient it is, and like you can just touch it. And it's just terrible. Rome is a mess.
Privately, she has her doubts. Should the Roman...
Hey, pig boy, why did you private your... Okay, don't call me a fucking pig boy, asshole! Piece of shit. Why did I private it? I don't even think I privated it. I think it just got removed.
reach them.